Good day, y'all. It's Friday. Fucked Up Family Friday. I want to start this video off by saying that these are true stories. I made a clarification video for it, but for anybody that's seeing this for the first time, doesn't follow the channel, hasn't seen any of the other videos, these are all true stories. It's all my childhood. It's all the things that led to me being a drug addict and then living in recovery. Been sober for 10 years. My clean date is May 2nd of 2012. When I was 9, 10, let's see, 88, 99. Yeah, I was 10, getting ready to be 11. So when I was 10, my grandmother died in March. My brother would have his first child that November. To be named after himself, the first male child born. And at that time, my mom was drinking very heavily. So I remember on one occasion, it was 11 o'clock at night, maybe 10 o'clock at night. It was late. My mom had been drinking all day. She might have been out on a run. I don't remember exactly. But she came home drunk. Whether she had been there or she had been gone for a couple days, I don't recall. But when she came home drunk, she was in that crying drunk mode, and she wanted to see her grandbabies. At that time, we were all living under one roof. My mom and dad had the bedroom. I slept in the living room. My brother, his girlfriend, and his 2 children lived in the attic. The attic had a fold-down set of steps, the kind that break into 3 pieces when you fold them up and the door sucks it up with the springs. So I remember my mom crawling up the steps drunk, like halfway climbing a ladder on her knees. And my brother was upstairs. His girlfriend at the time, that's now his wife, was up there. And his best friend of the time was up there. And my mom kept going up the steps. The babies were sleeping, she was drunk and obnoxious, and nobody wanted to deal with her. At this time, I hadn't realized my mom was an alcoholic yet, so I thought that they were picking on her and being mean to her, so I was trying to protect her. So I'm at the bottom of the steps, my mom's on the steps, and my brother's at the top of the steps. And my mom was drunk at the top of the steps, crying and boo-hooing for her grandbabies. And my brother was standing there, and she kept reaching out and grabbing a hold of my brother's legs. And it finally upset him enough that he kicked her in the face. And when I was at the bottom of the steps, I watched my mom come down the steps and land in a pile at the bottom. Before my mom could get up, my brother and his best friend at the time each grabbed a leg and an arm, and they were carrying her belly down, an arm in one hand and a leg in the other, and they took her to the door and 1, 2, 3'd her out the door and then locked it behind them so she couldn't get back in. So what did my mom do in her drunken stupor? Well, it went from being a crying, sad drunk to being an angry drunk. So the next thing she does when the doors are locked is she starts kicking at the doors. She's outside. The flower beds are landscaped with these big flat beach rocks. She starts throwing them at the door. She throws one through a window in the kitchen. In the living room, there was a set of double windows, and right in front of those windows was 2 sitting chairs and a table in the middle. My father would sit in one chair, my mother would sit in the other. Back at this time, we didn't have any satellite TV. It was all done off of an antenna. And my dad had these 20-foot antenna poles that he had put together to put the antenna like 60 feet up in the air. So there was a few of those laying in the driveway. And I remember after my mom got thrown out of the house very violently, she went around beating on all the doors, windows, throwing things through windows. One of the things that she threw through a window was a 20-foot antenna pole that's about 1 inch in diameter. The problem was the window that she picked sent the pole about 2 inches to the side of my dad's head. She threw it through the window like a spear, and it came in the window, went 15 feet across the living room, and stuck in the wall on the other side of the room, missing my father's head by inches because he was sitting in his chair. Those are the things that I grew up living through on a daily basis. It didn't happen every once in a while. It was every day. Mom was a drunk. My dad was a workaholic, never around, so mom got to do what she wanted, and it led to a lot of fucked up family moments. You know, that's the failed family structure that I grew up with. I hope that when you watch these videos, you can take something from them. You can learn, not learn, but you can identify. You can learn to identify the signs and the symptoms, and you know, maybe you can prevent it in your own life, your own family. Protect your kids. That's really why I make these videos, to share my story. I've heard a lot of people talk, and you know, oh, it's not that bad. You know, people have it worse. These things happen to these people, and we've all got it bad. We all go through things that we shouldn't have to go through. Sometimes it's out of ignorance. Sometimes the parents or the people that are structuring a child are naive. But these things really happen. They happen to me, and I share them so that everybody has a good recollection of what's going on. I appreciate you guys watching the channel. I appreciate the views and the following. You know, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching the video from. Follow the channel if you like the content and you want to see more. Thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have a good day.